Hey friends, Beth Rowles here. Today we're going to talk about how the body stores emotions. And I'm excited to talk about this because when I started to learn about it, there wasn't a whole lot of information on it, but they're starting to do a lot more research and healthcare and the medical field is beginning to come in line with spiritual, more, I guess, new age kinds of fields and understand that this really happens and it really matters. Your mental, emotional, spiritual health is contributing to your physical health. So if you don't know me, I'm Beth Rowles. I'm a relationship coach. I help you use your current marriage as a feedback loop to grow in self-awareness so you can create exactly the relationship you want without leaving the one you're in. So first, let's define emotions. Emotions are energy in action. They carry energetic weight that has to be stored somewhere. They are, when we have something come up, because we are a spiritual being, the way that, and this is my opinion, the way that our soul communicates with us that we are either on an authentic path or not is through emotions. We feel energizing or positive emotions when we are aligned to what is authentic for us, and we feel depleting or negative emotions when we are out of alignment, when somebody is treating us in a way that does not respectful of who we really are at our core as a divine and worthy soul. So emotions can be stored all over your body. They're often stored in your jaw, your eyes, your back, and your hips. And exercise and deep stretching can help dislodge and release the energy. And we're going to talk about that in another video. But if you held on for too long to these emotions and repress them, they get stored in your body and you are carrying it, and it's often painful and affects your ability to move into these higher states where you are creating life and you are in control of what you're experiencing. So your body is the emotional translator, tells you what's going on. Dr. Berman, in her book Quantum Love, writes, your brain may try to rationalize how you're feeling, excusing it, mitigating it, or even trying to convince you that you're feeling something else. But your body will not mislead you. The tightness or pain you feel in your body holds a wisdom all its own. And that wisdom speaks not only of your physical condition, but of your mental, emotional, and spiritual condition as well. So when we feel different emotions, they come up in different parts of our body. Fear, we feel in our heart center. Anger is a surge of sensation throughout the entire top part of our body. So our head, our face, arms, and shoulders. Envy is in our head. Love is almost our entire body, particularly in our head, heart, and genitals. Depression is actually a diminishment of sensation all over the body with almost complete absence of sensation in the extremities. So your arms and legs will feel more numb. And if you don't know what you're feeling, you can look into where you're feeling it. So there's some research on this now. Like I said, Patel in 2019 did a study called The Consequences of Repression of Emotion, Physical Health, Mental Health, and General Well-Being. And they noted that emotions are physiological phenomena, and when poorly managed or regulated, they can lead to negative health and psychological consequences. And this whole study highlights how they lead to the physical response in the body when they are repressed. Basically, think of it this way. If your boundaries were violated all the time when you were a kid, whether you were abused or mistreated or belittled or made fun of, then every time your boundaries violated, you feel anger. But if you were told to be a good girl, and that good girls do not get angry and yell or scream or pout or fight back or anything, or even say no, then that energy gets stuck because as a kid, you may not know how to channel the emotion to just feel it without expressing it. And expressing it wasn't okay. So then it just gets stuck in the body. Individuals who suppress their emotions, repress their emotions, also suppress their body's immunity. So in this, sorry, my computer is giving me all kinds of alerts right now. Such helpful timing. In this study, they said studies of patients with serious medical conditions such as cancer, diabetes, kidney failure, and obesity reveals that those who do not comply with medical advice also show strong use of defense mechanisms. Other findings have demonstrated that patients with cancer and other forms of malignancy that chronically mask their experiences and feelings are more liable to die despite treatments than expressive patients. Empirical evidence indicates a substantial reduction in pain and discomfort from arthritis following the expression of the negative emotions. As a matter of fact, the amount of relief from pain and discomfort reported by patients with chronic illness has been found to be commensurate with how able they are to deeply and authentically express their emotions and feelings. So, I think there's even a book called The Body Keeps a Score. The body hangs on to everything. And if you fail to feel it, then you will experience it as illness. This is what I'm understanding from this. If not only illness, but just pain and stiffness, general day-to-day issues, more colds, more susceptibility to just regular illness. And then, of course, if you ignore it long enough, it will manifest as a more serious illness like cancer. So the way it holds it, from what I understand, and it seems like it's pretty aligned in the different sources I look at on this. So we have muscles, and then around our entire body is something called fascia. Fascia? Myofascial release. Probably should have looked up how to pronounce it before I started this. But anyway, that's like kind of a webbing across all of our muscles. So basically it says like when we have a certain emotional response, we hold our body in a different position and we kind of get stuck in that position. So it says during these times of trauma or injury, our fascia system stores a holographic image of our body's position, complete with all the fear, anger, sadness, etc., that was present at the time. Sometimes our consciousness actually leaves our body if the situation is too traumatic for us to handle as it's happening. That's why it's often been called the handle of the consciousness. The energy of the trauma is stored in our body's tissues, primarily the muscles and fascia, until it can be released. Yoga is one of the best ways to release it. And we'll talk about that in another video. But I believe here it also says that basically these systems are very hydrated when we're born. And then every time this happens, they actually get a little dehydrated, a little more stiff and confined to that. So then eventually we can like massage that energy out. We can talk it out. You kind of have to do all of the things to get them to release. But that's why you'll notice sometimes people who don't do well at like talk therapy or coaching or something end up releasing the emotion in physical activity. I'm trying to see. Here's the quote on that from senior yoga teacher Teni Kayeva. Sorry for butchering your name. Fascia is primarily made of collagen and is 70% water. And so it happens when it's traumatized, it dehydrates. And when this trauma-induced dehydration occurs, our fascia becomes less liquid and more gel-like, thickening and becoming sticky, as the theory goes. So it's really cool to think about if you are struggling with chronic pain. One for me was back pain. And as I did work and meditated and did yoga and other exercises, it started to move out and release and was really wonderful. So I hope that helps you understand how emotions are stored in the body. I'd love to hear from you. Visit my website, bethrowles.com, or send me a message or comment below. Subscribe for updates, and I hope to hear more from you. Thanks for watching. Bye.